Munich's a microcosm of the baffling German genius, a concentration of all that's vulgar and idealistic, jolly and brutal, coarse and gay in the national character. Certainly, this leisure town, with more traditional feasts and holidays than any community in the world, is both captivating and very German. We're here for a special time, for a special brand of fun which affects every Münchner in some way. We're here for Fasching. We have a sort of a word for Fasching, carnival, but we don't have the thing. For in larger cities, in London or Paris or Birmingham, any celebration, even a New Year's Eve or a victory parade, touches only a willing minority. At Fasching time in Munich, there's no one who doesn't know it and enjoy it and make an effort to take part. Exhibitionism is the Fasching virtue. It's the time for dressing up, for hiding yourself behind exotic trappings, and so becoming someone else. Day after day, costumiers produce carnival outfits that prettify and provoke, and, more important, provide a disguise, a symbol of that essential shedding of responsibility. If you don't look like yourself, you needn't behave like yourself. And then you can't be blamed for whatever this costumed character's going to do. Fasching's a marathon among carnivals, challenging the endurance of the most playful playboy through 47 days and nights of celebration. In this Catholic state, the last fling of the faithful before the austerities of Lent, when each night husbands and wives separate for a few flirtatious hours and meet again for breakfast, when women are granted an evening to grab any male they fancy, officially on Ladies' Choice Night, but unofficially whenever they feel like a new man. The sedate start to a time of fine frenzy. But already, noise comes more easily than mirth, a shout is simpler than wit, a naked skin and tinsel embroider suggestion. Twilight is an ordinary time in this most extraordinary of seasons. In dreary drizzle, the adults leave work, for, despite the nightly spasm of carnival, the city must run on somehow. The women travel home to change into the fanciest of dresses, worn to mask their inhibitions and reveal their tendencies. The men to clothe themselves in a little brief virility. Dressing up for Fasching's not just putting on a funny hat and false beard. For the more Teutonic, looking suitably ridiculous calls for solemn dedication. Münchners with wardrobes full of costumes hire the services of dressers and makeup artists to ensure their appearance is properly theatrical. They vie to out-clown and out-paunch, to outdress and out-drink. They devise costumes of remarkable complexity, some with electronic headdresses, battery-driven. It costs a pretty pfennig to make yourself the beast of the ball.
So ein Gaudi da herkommt, lass mich doch meine Hose in Ruhe. So ein Geschiss da.
They've danced the night away again, and now the statutory dawn pilgrimage to Donauesel's, the ancient shrine dedicated to Munich's own sausage, the Weißwürstchen. Münchners munch these bland veal sausages by the mile. They only remain in the white of condition for a few hours and must be eaten between midnight and midday and washed down by the regulation foaming steins.
Komm, schleiche doch.
Was war's, da schleicht ihr doch?
With whoops of delighted recognition, they fall upon these pallid platefuls. Husband and wife are reunited over this delicate dawn dish. At 5 in the morning, there's no sign of slackening gusto. During Fasching, everyone's a night person. For all its pa, Munich boasts 3 opera houses, 20 theatres, an arts centre, and 23 museums. And what English city wouldn't be delighted to accept all the whip-cracker way of Fasching if 3 splendid philharmonic orchestras went with it? The parade ends, and a demonstration of that Teutonic efficiency, an outburst of policemen and street cleaning machines. It's Shrove Tuesday, the last day of Fasching. The city centre's closed to traffic, surrendered to the revellers. Only 12 hours to Lent and an end to all this.
I get released anyway. Ach, Fernsehen ist Auto.
Last night, and Fasching's finally clapped out in a carnival crescendo. The last outbursts of Mädchen Wunder, Germany's best international advertisement, prove once again that the sour, stern German blonde with pigtails has marched off stage. Today's lithe Fräuleins would be prominent in any gathering. One's even left a brand new husband behind in Los Angeles.
Yes, I did.
Is this a sensible thing to do?
Well, it isn't really, but my husband understands. He knows that I'm a very I'm a young woman, and I like to have fun, and I enjoy Fasching time, and he understands all those things. So, maybe he thinks he wants to be with me in all those days, but on the other side, he knows that Fasching time, every girl can do what they want to do. every girl can enjoy themselves, can dance with every man and kissing every man and having a really ball with every man. You see, but if you're engaged or if you're married to somebody, then people do it this way here in Germany. They go out together, they go to a ball together, and then they just get away from each other. They get into the ball together, and then at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, they see each other again, and they go home together. Sometimes they don't. But you see, at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, if you're really in love, then you try to get yourself out. Otherwise, it's just impossible to get rid of a man you've been dancing with all night long or sitting on the bar with all night long, you see? So you really just can't control yourself. It's impossible in Fasching time in Munich.
Now, what I don't understand is, what can you do here in Fasching that you can't do any week of the year anywhere?
Well, the only difference is that I feel like being all by myself, not being married. I don't have that feeling inside of me during the Fasching time that I'm married. So I can, when I see a pretty man, a good, handsome-looking man, I grab him. And I take him right on the bar, and I invite him, even if he doesn't want to invite me, but I invite him for a drink. I mean, he has to pay for it, you see? This is Fasching time. You have to try it. If you're a woman or a man, but you have to try it anyhow.